What's happening, good people? Hope all is well. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for tuning in. Building stronger, resilient family foundation requires for you to change your DNA, developing new attributes. Today, I want to talk about forgiveness. It's very important to develop new attributes while going through your healing process and while starting to be able to forgive not only others but yourself. Forgiveness is key and is important because a lot of times we don't understand that forgiveness is a choice. We choose to carry unforgiveness. We choose who we want to forgive, and we choose who we do not want to forgive. But we have to understand that at some point in life, we're going to need to be forgiven as well. The key to forgiveness is 5 steps that help me overcome. 1, acknowledgement. It's kind of hard to acknowledge the trauma you put somebody through. It's kind of hard to acknowledge the resentment that you have caused someone. And it's hard to acknowledge and accept the barriers that you created. Again, we look through the lens of us so we can see out. So we look out to who's looking in, and we see who they are and how they have hurt us. And we don't take into fact and an accountability and acknowledge that we have done to them. The important part of knowing what we have done to them is understanding that we err as well. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we can't overlook our faults and think everybody else is wrong. Number 2 of the 5 steps is being able to understand. Once you acknowledge having the understanding of how you hurt them is key, because you have to understand that the effective communication factor is important, because you can understand, but if you're not listening and understand the communication, then all you're doing is dismissing what they're saying and again making it about you. You have to be able to understand that you can cause pain as well, and you're not. Sometimes we get caught up in that bubble of, we do no wrong, or we're too good, or we may be perfect, but we're not. We err and we flaw. We all are flawed. But the key to being able to forgive is understanding. And when you understand that, okay, I have hurt you, and how can I take accountability, goes to step 1, acknowledging that I did you wrong, and what can I do to help us build this relationship as a family. Step 3, releasing those negative emotions, releasing that negative mindset. Goes back to step 2, understanding that there are some things you have to let go in order to be able to forgive. If you're not ready to forgive, what you want to release is never going to be released. Think about this. How can you want something that's great and good, but you're still holding on to broken and damaged? What's going to come in there? Nothing. You can't bring nothing new into something that's damaged and toxic, because all it's going to do is go into that environment and die within that environment. And nothing's going to be a spring forth for you. That is key to releasing those negative thoughts, those trigger emotions. Most of our unforgiveness is attached to trigger emotions. For example, when I was younger and I was angry and I was very bitter, just the thought of hearing the person's name aggravated me to the point where when I had Crohn's disease, my stomach used to flare up. And that's a choice I made, to hold on to unforgiveness instead of just being able to forgive. See, the choices that we make also not just affect us outwardly, it affects us inwardly. We don't understand that because We thinking about how we can hurt them, or just because we're not speaking to them, that's bothering them. But remember, their life did not stop, and yours did not either. But you stopped mentally, emotionally, and physically. You stopped. How? Because you're still holding on to that unforgiveness. While they're out there living their lives, still moving forward, you're still stuck. So releasing those emotions and releasing that unforgiveness is key. It's really key. Number 4, you have to want to accept who you are, understand who you are, and love you for yourself. It's hard to accept who you are when you could be in a family where you may feel like a sibling is the favorite or a cousin is the favorite, and you may not have that ability that they have. But once you accept who you are and love yourself for you and show your family what you can bring and offer, you'll be better off. Because now you acknowledge what you have done. You have understanding of who you hurt and how you hurt them. Now it's time for you to release that hurt. And now it's time for you to accept. Accepting you and loving you as an individual. Then you will be able to love your family as a whole. But you have to love yourself first. I know we all err, and sometimes we beat ourselves down with the things that we've done. And we harbor over the things that we've done and never take the time out to forgive ourselves for the mistakes and the choices we made. We are sometimes our hardest critic, and we are hard on ourselves. I know from firsthand, being hard on yourself leads you nowhere because you're beating yourself down. Because now you compare yourself and you don't see yourself as who you are created to be. That's the greatness that's within you. You're created to be an overcomer. You're created to be more than a conqueror. You're created for so many things, but you lose that creativity and that purpose within. Step 5 is what really helped me overcome forgiveness, my unforgiveness, and be able to forgive was love. Loving my family for who they are, not holding on to the mistakes that they made and the pain that they caused me. Forgiving myself and understand that looking at who I am, I'm not who I am right now, because later on, while I'm working through my process, I'm going to get to where I need to be. And that's why I'm here right now. Love is something that we throw around because it's easy, but it's definitely a part of our changing our DNA. Because we could say I love you, but what we forget about, love is an action word. Love is kind, love is patient, love does not envy, it does not boast, and it holds on no wrongdoing. And that's what separates us as family. We keep score and we keep record of all the things that our family members do, and we use that and we harbor over that, and we build up bitterness. That creates the envy. Envy creates strife. Strife creates unforgiveness. And that's what we hold in our heart. And that's why we can't forgive. But I have a family activity I would like for you guys to do tonight. And I would like for you to comment if you did the family activity. And I would like for you guys to come together and cook together. Because family, we have the ingredients in the individual, but we don't put it together because we want to make our own dish. Think about this. You put a little salt, a little pepper, whatever other seasons you like on your food, and it all comes together and it gives you that taste. The same as us as family. We come together. I'm strong in making somebody laugh, making the family laugh. You're strong in keeping the family together. You're strong in helping the family in another area that the family's not good at. Think about this. Come together. This helps build the family foundation. But being able to sit down and talk about forgiving each other. Before we eat, I would like for you to get another 3x5 card. Write down, not I'm sorry, I apologize for. You write what you apologize for and to whom you apologize to. Fold it up. They write, I forgive you for, and we exchange. After that, we come together, whatever night that works best for you, you and your family, whatever day, whatever dish you like to make, your own pizza, pasta, but something to come together, and we all take one part of the cooking. Somebody gets the plates together, somebody sets the table, somebody gets the paper, the towels, the tablecloth. We all can come together and do the thing, which creates the family foundation that we want. But it's just the ingredients that we add in there creates the love, the togetherness, and what we desire as family. Your greatness over adversity and trauma, destroying the cycle start with you.